I'm going to show you a slide player program I just finished using the Qt toolkit in Qt Creator. So this is the program, and it displays slides with transitions. So let's walk through how you use it. First, you set a slide folder where the slides are and where the slide project file will be saved, and they're saved together so that the pair of them is portable. So the slide project file does not contain any complete paths, so to work between Windows and Linux, for example. So once you set the slide folder, then you add some slides, and so it's reading the images, and you don't need to wait for this to finish. You can hit cancel at any time. And so we'll go through here and we'll add a few slides. And you can see I'm using extended selection, and you can go back and add slides later. Okay, let's add those. Okay, so we've added a few slides. So let's save our show, and GW2 test 02. These are screenshots from Guild Wars 2. Okay, so once you have your slides, you can reorder them at any time. Just drag them around to reorder them. So let's start with that character, and then a image of a viewpoint, a couple of armor, some armor shots. So once you drag your slides around to order them, if you like, of course you can do that later, then you click slide shots and you drag your slides and resize them using the wheel, mouse wheel, to resize them. And then say, for example, we'll add 3 shots. A shot is a position and a zoom. So we'll add 3, and then we'll go back to the center shot, which is, whoops, we only added 2. 0, 1, we'll add another one, there's 2, we'll go back to 1, and we'll zoom in to his face, and we'll say update shot. So now we start here, we'll go to here, and we'll go back. Now if we want to see roughly the way that would look, we start back at the beginning on shot 0, and do morph and morph. And notice the transition and the duration are marked here, and you can change them and then hit update shot. So let's save our slideshow we have at this point and pause. Okay, so now we can do that for each of the slides. So just go to the next slide, and again, center it, zoom it with the wheel. If you use Control, it zooms at 1%. If you use Shift, it zooms at 7%. And with no modifiers, it zooms at 15%. And notice we've got a black background and our aspect ratio is 16:9. And while you can screw that up, notice I can screw that up. If I make the window taller, then it can be taller than necessary. You notice it does preserve a 16:9 aspect ratio. So now I'm a little hard to see here. Okay, that's approximately right. So again, the easiest way to do this is to add 3 shots. 1, 2, 3. And then go to the center shot and zoom in. So here I am with my character on the vista point. Update shot. If we go to the beginning, now we can see what it'll look like. Morph. Morph. And again, the timing's not right, but we can adjust the timing if we like. For example, we might not want to stick for 6 seconds on that. Let's just update that. We'll do duration of only 3 seconds and 3 seconds. So there are the shots. Okay. We can save our show at any time with this button right here. Okay, so we did this slide, and here's another slide we can do. Okay, so here we saw an interesting piece of character wearing an interesting piece of armor. So we captured that. So again, add 3 shots. Back to the center one. Zoom in. Update the shot. Now we really want to add one more shot here. So if we add shot right here, okay, so here's our first shot, here's our second one, third one, and fourth one. Go back to the shot 1. They start with 0, so here's shot 1. Shot 2, let's just pan down to see that. Update. So now the show looks like boop, overview, upper, torso, leg view, and then out. So let's look at the way the morph looks. Morph in, morph down, morph out. And again, if you'll notice, the transition and duration have been kept last time I changed it. Okay, here's another slide. Well, gee, this is a kind of a duplicate of that last one. Maybe we don't need that. So we'll go back here. We'll just click, select that, and say remove selected. And select the slide we want to work on, go back, and we can go right back to where we want to work. So this is the armor on one of my characters, and let's not start way out. Let's just start right in on the character and add 3 shots, back up, zoom right in. Take a look at her, update, add a shot, Take a look at her skulls for a belt. Update that. Back out again. Okay. And next slide. Again, one of my characters, and we might as well start zoomed in here. One, two, three. Back up. Update. Let's add a shot. Move down. Update. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now that's the last slide. So again, we want to save our slideshow often. And notice the name of the slideshow is displayed up in the window title. We can go back and look. Notice each of the slides that has shots. They're displayed in the tree. Of course, you can't modify these. Don't need to. If we want to reorder the slides at any time, we can do that. We can drag this up here. So we can't drag on top of a shot. We can drag slides to reorder them. Let's put those two there. This one up here. Okay, and then again we can save that. So now we want to play the slides. So you just go to the Play Slides tab. We'll use F5 to start the show and Escape to return. So play full screen, F5. Notice the transitions are nice and smooth. And this slide player doesn't have options for music. You can play music in the background using VLC or some other player. And there are no fancy transitions between slides. So that's the slide player. And it should be, the design is to be portable between Windows and Linux, so I can build my slideshows on Windows and then show them on a Linux-based photo frame computer. Escape gets us back, and we can go on with editing or adding more slides or changing anything we like at any time. Enjoy!